What if your sexual desires were the hidden puppeteer pulling the strings of your life?
It's a question that stops you in your tracks, doesn't it? Carl Jung, the brilliant Swiss psychiatrist and founder of analytical psychology, didn't shy away from this provocative idea. He saw sexuality not as a mere biological urge, but as a primal force, a deep, pulsating energy that drives our decisions, molds our relationships, and even shapes who we think we are. But here's the kicker. What if this force, lurking in the shadows of your mind, is secretly running the show? Jung wasn't like the others of his time. While many saw sex as a simple act, reproduction or fleeting pleasure, he viewed it as something far grander. The sexual instinct is not just a biological function. It is the creative force of life itself, he declared. For Jung, this wasn't about indulgence or repression. It was about potential. He believed this raw energy could fuel art, ignite innovation, and even pave the way to spiritual awakening if we dared to harness it. Think about that for a moment. What if the same impulse that draws you to a lover could also drive you to paint a masterpiece, build a business, or find your purpose? Jung argued it's all connected, a wellspring of creativity waiting to be tapped. But here's the catch. Left unchecked, it can just as easily drag you into chaos. Let's ground this in reality. Picture a young artist, consumed by longing for his muse. Night after night, he pours his passion into his work, and the result? A painting that stuns the world and launches his career. That's sexual energy turned into triumph. Now flip the coin. Imagine a businesswoman, magnetic and charming, who uses her allure to clinch a deal. It works, until she realizes her success hinges on a hollow flirtation, crumbling when the charm fades. Two paths, one force. It can lift you up or pull you under. And it's not just the big moments. This energy seeps into the everyday. The outfit you choose to catch someone's eye. The job you chase because it promises status and seduction. The way you tilt your head in conversation. It's in the push and pull of power and attraction with everyone you meet. It even carves your identity as you wrestle with what society demands versus what your body craves. Sound familiar? It should. This is your life, whether you've noticed it or not. So why bother digging into this? Because ignorance isn't bliss, it's bondage. Jung put it best. Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. If you don't see how your sexual desires tug at your strings, you're not living, you're being lived. But here's the good news. Awareness flips the script. Recognize this force, and it stops being your master. It becomes your tool. This isn't about locking your desires away or giving them free rein. It's about mastery, learning to steer this wild, beautiful energy towards something greater. Imagine what you could create, who you could become, if you took the wheel. Are you ready to step into the light, to see what's really driving you and turn it into power? The path starts here. Let's take it together. Jung described sexual energy as part of the libido, a term he used to represent the psychic energy that fuels all human behavior. While Sigmund Freud limited libido to sexual desire, Jung saw it as something much broader, a life force that powers our dreams, passions, and actions. He wrote, "The libido is the energy that manifests itself in the life process and is perceived subjectively as striving and desire." This means sexual energy isn't just about attraction or reproduction. It's the spark that drives us to create, connect, and pursue our deepest aspirations. Think about a painter who pours their emotions into a canvas, or an athlete who channels their intensity into breaking records. These are examples of sexual energy at work, transformed into something beyond the physical. Jung argued that this energy is always present, pushing us forward. When we recognize it, we can use it to fuel extraordinary accomplishments. But if we deny or misunderstand it, we may feel stuck, unmotivated, or unfulfilled. Sexual energy doesn't just sit quietly in the background. It actively shapes our choices and experiences. It can influence the career paths we take, the people we love, and even the way we spend our free time. For example, someone might chase a demanding job not just for money, but for the confidence and appeal it offers. In relationships, physical chemistry might outweigh emotional bonds, guiding us in ways we don't always notice. Jung cautioned that ignoring this force can leave us living on autopilot. He famously said, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate." If we don't see how sexual energy affects us, we might drift through life, blaming external circumstances for our dissatisfaction. By paying attention to it, we gain the power to steer our own course, making decisions that align with who we truly are. So, how do we take control of this dynamic force? Jung suggested a process called sublimation, where we redirect sexual energy into constructive outlets. This isn't about suppressing our desires, it's about channeling them into something meaningful. Awareness is the first step, noticing where this energy shows up in our lives. Then, with intention, we can guide it toward goals that enrich us. Picture a dancer who turns their passion into breathtaking performances, or a scientist who uses their curiosity to solve complex problems. These are acts of sublimation, taking raw energy and molding it into something valuable. It's not about denying what we feel, but about giving it a purpose. When we do this, we tap into a wellspring of creativity and drive, finding satisfaction that goes beyond fleeting pleasures. Exploring sexual energy is also a path to knowing ourselves better. It asks us to look closely at our desires, our fears, and what motivates us at our core. Jung believed this kind of introspection could lead to profound growth. He wrote, "The privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are." By understanding this energy, we uncover truths about ourselves, some comfortable, some challenging, that help us live more authentically. This journey isn't always easy. It takes bravery to face parts of ourselves we might rather avoid. But the payoff is worth it. A clearer sense of identity, a stronger connection to our purpose, and the ability to shape our lives with intention. Sexual energy becomes a mirror, reflecting who we are and who we could become. What if the connections we forge with others are shaped by energies we scarcely comprehend? Carl Jung viewed sex not merely as a physical act, but as a vital force that profoundly influences our relationships. This exploration goes beyond romance. It uncovers the subtle currents that pull us toward or push us away from those around us. Jung regarded sexual energy as a cornerstone of human connection. He famously stated, "The meeting of two personalities is like the contact of two chemical substances. If there is any reaction, both are transformed." This transformation often begins with attraction, a compelling, sometimes inexplicable force. But what drives this pull? It's more than superficial traits like appearance or charisma. It's rooted in unconscious desires and needs that draw us to specific individuals. Recall a moment when you felt an immediate bond with someone, perhaps a spark of chemistry or an odd sense of recognition. Jung attributed such experiences to libido, a term he used to describe sexual energy, not just as a drive for physical intimacy, but as a broader life force seeking connection, creativity, and personal growth. Encountering someone who aligns with this energy can feel like discovering a part of ourselves we didn't know was missing. In romantic relationships, sexual energy acts as a powerful adhesive, binding partners together. It fosters deep intimacy, building trust and opening the door to vulnerability. Yet, it's a force with two sides. When desire wanes or changes, it can leave partners feeling adrift or detached. Jung cautioned that an over-reliance on sexual attraction risks creating fleeting, superficial bonds. He noted, "The greatest and most important problems of life are all fundamentally insoluble. They can never be solved but only outgrown. Lasting relationships, then, demand more than physical allure. They require emotional and spiritual evolution." Imagine a couple ignited by fiery passion, but unable to sustain their connection once the initial excitement fades. Their bond may crumble without a deeper foundation. Conversely, a pair that cultivates emotional closeness alongside physical attraction can forge a partnership that endures life's challenges. Sexual energy, when harmonized with other dimensions of connection, becomes a bedrock for enduring love. Jung also delved into the murkier aspects of this energy, which he termed the shadow, the hidden, often suppressed parts of ourselves that feel too intense or unsettling to acknowledge. In relationships, the shadow reveals itself through emotions like jealousy, possessiveness, or a fear of being left behind. These reactions often stem from our deepest insecurities and unfulfilled longings. Consider someone who clings to a partner out of dread of solitude, confusing this grip for affection. Or picture another who undermines a relationship to avoid the vulnerability of true closeness. Jung argued that confronting these shadows is essential for relational health. He wrote, "One does not become enlightened by imagining figures of light, but by making the darkness conscious." Embracing and understanding our shadow selves paves the way for more genuine, meaningful connections. Though often linked to romance, Jung saw sexual energy as a pervasive influence across all relationships. It shapes friendships, family ties, and even workplace dynamics. The pull toward a mentor or the loyalty felt for a close friend might stem from this same force, seeking growth and connection in subtler forms. In friendships, sexual energy might spark camaraderie or ignite rivalry. Within families, it can define roles and unspoken expectations. Recognizing this broader role enhances our ability to navigate these relationships with greater insight and compassion. It underscores that every human interaction, whether romantic or platonic, is touched by this fundamental energy. How can we leverage this knowledge to enrich our relationships? Jung emphasized awareness as the starting point. By understanding the influence of sexual energy, we can make deliberate choices about whom we connect with and why. This isn't about stifling our impulses, but about comprehending them within the larger context of who we are. Open communication is one practical approach. Honest conversations with partners about our desires, fears, and needs can strengthen ties and help us weather difficulties. Jung believed that authentic intimacy arises from sharing our full selves, even the parts we're tempted to conceal. Another method is self-reflection, examining our shadows and unconscious drives to clarify what we seek in others. This introspection can lead to healthier, more satisfying relationships. As Jung put it, your vision will become clear only when you can look into your own heart. Who looks outside dreams, who looks inside awakes. Have you ever wondered why some individuals rise effortlessly through the ranks of their careers while others, despite their skills and dedication, seem to stagnate? What if the secret to professional success lies not only in talent or effort, but in a more instinctual force, your sexual energy? Carl Jung argued that this primal energy influences far more than our personal relationships. It shapes our career paths, workplace interactions, and even our capacity for leadership. In this chapter, we'll dive into how sexual energy drives your professional life, offering both opportunities and challenges. Prepare to rethink the forces behind your career. Jung viewed sexual energy, or libido, as a fundamental motivator of human behavior, extending well beyond physical desire. He wrote, "The libido is the energy that propels us toward our goals." This isn't just about romance, it's the urge to create, succeed, and make an impact. Reflect on your own career choice. Was it solely about financial stability, or was there a deeper pull, a passion to express yourself, a need to prove your worth, or a desire for recognition? These impulses often stem from sexual energy, subtly guiding your path. For instance, picture an artist who labors over a masterpiece not just for income, but to captivate an audience, or an athlete driven by the roar of the crowd. This energy fuels ambition, pushing us to stand out. Yet, it can also mislead. Pursuing a career solely for external validation, like prestige or admiration, might lead to success on paper, but leave you unfulfilled. Recognizing this force helps you align your choices with your true aspirations. Beyond personal decisions, sexual energy influences how you're perceived and how you connect with others at work. Jung suggested that traits like charisma, confidence, and leadership stem from this primal source. He noted, "The leader is the one who can channel the collective libido of the group." Effective leaders harness this energy to inspire and unite their teams, turning individual desires into shared purpose. However, this force isn't always positive. It can spark workplace tensions. Think of flirtations that blur professional lines, power plays rooted in dominance, or rivalries fueled by envy. A charming supervisor might sway decisions unfairly, or a jealous coworker might undermine a peer. These are missteps of the same energy that drives success. The challenge lies in directing it constructively, maintaining professionalism while leveraging its power. Ambition often draws heavily on sexual energy, propelling you toward extraordinary achievements. But it's a delicate balance. Jung cautioned, the greater the tension, the greater the potential. This energy can catapult you to the top. Think of the startup founder working tirelessly to disrupt an industry, but it can also lead to ruin if unchecked. Overwork, ethical compromises, or neglected personal life are common pitfalls. Consider a corporate climber who sacrifices sleep and relationships for a corner office. They might win the title, but at what cost? Jung believed lasting success requires integrating this energy with broader life goals, not just chasing fleeting rewards. When ambition aligns with purpose, it becomes sustainable, enriching both your career and your well-being. How can you turn this raw energy into a career asset? Jung proposed sublimation, redirecting sexual impulses into productive pursuits. This isn't about denial, it's about transformation. Rather than seeking instant gratification, you might invest that drive into learning, innovating, or leading with integrity. Imagine a teacher who channels their charisma into inspiring students, or an engineer who pours passion into solving complex problems. These acts of sublimation convert energy into meaningful outcomes. The result? Not just professional growth, but a sense of purpose that transcends accolades. Jung saw this as the key to a career that satisfies both ambition and soul. Mastering this energy starts with self-knowledge. Jung famously said, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate." Understanding your unconscious drives, why you seek certain roles, avoid risks, or crave approval, empowers you to steer your career intentionally. Ask yourself, are you chasing that promotion for fulfillment or for others' esteem? Are you playing it safe out of fear, or are you stretching toward growth? Tools like journaling, meditation, or candid conversations can reveal these motives. With clarity, you can pursue a path that reflects your authentic self, not just your instincts. This is where true career mastery begins. Imagine tapping into a hidden reservoir of power within you, a force that can supercharge your career, deepen your relationships, and ignite your creativity. That force is your sexual energy, and learning to harness it is the skill that can transform your life. Carl Jung, the visionary psychologist, saw this energy as more than just a physical impulse. He viewed it as a vital life force, part of the libido that drives personal growth and self-realization. He wrote, "The creation of something new is not accomplished by the intellect, but by the play instinct acting from inner necessity." In this section, we'll guide you through practical techniques to master this skill, supported by real-life examples to inspire your journey. Mastering your sexual energy offers profound benefits. Greater focus and productivity. Directing this energy helps you avoid distractions and achieve more. Deeper relationships. Understanding your desires fosters better communication and authentic connections. Enhanced creativity. Channeling energy into creative outlets sparks innovation and self-expression. Stronger purpose. Aligning your energy with your values gives your life direction and meaning. By learning this skill, you can turn a natural force into a tool for empowerment and fulfillment. Techniques to develop this skill. Here are 5 practical methods to harness your sexual energy. Mindfulness meditation. Sit quietly and observe your thoughts and feelings without judgment. Notice when sexual energy arises, how it feels in your body and mind. Use this awareness to decide consciously where to direct it, rather than letting it control you. Creative expression. Engage in activities like painting, writing, or music to sublimate your energy. Let your passions flow into your work, infusing it with vibrancy and authenticity. This aligns with Jung's idea of redirecting libido into productive outlets. Physical exercise. Use running, yoga, or dance to release and redirect excess energy. Physical movement grounds you, helping you feel more in control of your impulses. It's a healthy way to balance your inner drives. Goal setting. Identify meaningful goals that resonate with your values, personal, professional, or creative. Focus your energy on these pursuits, transforming raw desire into tangible action. This gives your energy purpose and direction. Therapy or counseling. Work with a professional to explore your unconscious drives and their roots. Gain insights into how sexual energy shapes your behavior and decisions. This deeper understanding can unlock new ways to manage it effectively. Real-life examples. Sarah, the designer. Sarah, a graphic designer, often felt restless and uninspired. Through mindfulness, she discovered this restlessness stemmed from unexpressed sexual energy. She began channeling it into her designs, creating bold, innovative work that caught her clients' attention. Within months, she landed a major project, proving the power of redirection. Mark, the manager, a team leader, struggled with aggressive tendencies that strained his workplace relationships. Therapy revealed these were tied to unconscious sexual energy seeking an outlet. By redirecting it into mentorship and leadership, he fostered a supportive team environment and earned a reputation as an inspiring manager. Overcoming challenges. Learning this skill comes with obstacles, but they can be navigated. Fear of self-discovery. Confronting your desires can feel daunting. Solution. Start small. Journal your thoughts privately to build comfort with self-reflection. Lack of discipline. It's easy to seek instant gratification instead of long-term growth. Solution. Set clear, achievable goals and celebrate small wins to stay motivated. Social stigma. Society often misjudges sexual energy as something to suppress. Solution. Find like-minded individuals or mentors who support your journey. Jung wisely noted, Everything that irritates us about others can lead us to an understanding of ourselves. Exploring your sexual energy not only reveals your own depths, but also enhances how you connect with the world. This skill goes beyond mere control. It's about unlocking your potential. By harnessing your sexual energy, you tap into a source of strength that fuels growth, creativity, and fulfillment. Jung believed, the privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are. This process brings you closer to that truth, aligning your inner drives with your outer life. Start today. Pick one technique, perhaps mindfulness or a creative project, and practice it for a week. Pay attention to how your energy shifts and impacts your daily life. This is a journey of self-discovery, so be patient and gentle with yourself as you learn. With time, you'll find this skill opens doors to a richer, more empowered existence.